It's amazing, like how many new trail types of things are happening. You know, we have the White Hollow that we talked about already. It's amazing. It's happening almost all the time. And the exciting thing about it is I think it's going to continue. We have a great partnership with Salt Lake County. We're really good about having a project shovel ready when those funds are available. This is really, really exciting for the outdoor recreational opportunities that we have here in Herriman.
Welcome to Herrimanology,
the official podcast to keep up with Herriman City.
We'll take you inside the city, explore the latest news and updates, show you how your government operates, and discuss the issues that affect us all. Now, here are your hosts talking all things Herriman on Herrimanology.
All right, welcome to Herrimanology. It is Thursday, July 9th, and we just got done, well, you just got done hiking the White Hollow Challenge Staircase.
I did.
As it's now, you actually just named it too.
It's named. It is named. It was going to be something incline, and there was a decision to be made.
Yeah.
And we made it.
We made it.
So it's official.
The Challenge Staircase. City Councilmember Matt Basham, District 3. John LaFollette here, Communications Manager. How are you doing? How are your
Excellent.
How are the quads and thighs and all that?
Feeling okay. Coming up the stairs here to the second floor. It was, I felt it. I was still a little bit out of breath, but it's all good.
Nice. We were just filming a video. It is Parks and Recreation Month in July, so we've already posted a Park Zen video. I don't know if you saw that, but we'll have more of those. We'll have city council members highlighting different parts around the city. You just did the White Hollow Trailhead. We'll have other council members show other parks or open space areas. We're going to try to highlight some of our park staff. So Parks and Recreation Month.
I know. Your editing skills are really going to be put to the test.
It's a lot of video this month.
Yep.
But we have a good team who can handle it, and hopefully people enjoy it.
I think it'll be great.
So plenty cool in the morning too. It's not too, it gets hot in the afternoon, but it's not that bad.
It was okay.
Yeah.
It was okay.
So we had a city council meeting last night. There are a few items of note, a lot of recognitions, which was really cool.
Always great to fill the house.
Yeah, they're kind of all youth related, too.
They were all youth related, yeah.
So one of them was the youth council. Every school year, the Herriman City Youth Council, the seniors will move on, and we have another group of incoming youth, and last night they took their oath of office. They each introduced themselves. That was kind of cool.
It was great. I think there was a total of 38, and there were a good chunk of first-year members. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be really fun to watch those kids grow.
And a fun mix, too, of those at Mountain Ridge and Herriman and Providence Hall, and some homeschooled, so kind of a good mix of everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Those kids do important work for the city. It's a super important program for them to just kind of become civic minded, right?
So that was cool to see them. They look excited. They're a lot of returning kids, so a great thing. So there were also a couple of sporting groups from the Herriman High School.
We had the national championship rugby team. And then the national championship cross-country team.
National
championship cross-country team, as well as the state 6A championship track team.
Yeah.
So.
Way to go, Herriman.
Goodness gracious.
That's really cool. So we got to recognize all them and take some photos, and they got to show off some of their accomplishments. That's really cool. We had some championship groups in my high school, but it seems like Herriman has, between Herriman High School especially, but Mountain Ridge and the other schools around here, just a concentration of really well-performing kids, whether it's on the field or in the classroom or other extracurricular activities. Really bright kids. And
having been involved in high school sports for 30 plus years, just the opportunities that it provides these truly student athletes to learn life lessons in an area or a field where they're probably not going to learn them, or it's hard to learn. So we appreciate the successes, but we appreciate all the time and effort that the coaches and parents and I hope they feel the support from the city to provide these opportunities for the kids. So it's definitely a group effort. Herriman has a small part in that, but it's great to be able to recognize the successes.
Yeah, from my own experience, my high school baseball team stunk, but it was still a lot of work and a lot of time. So I can only imagine what it takes to have a good team, or even an average team. Yep. So, good for them. That's awesome. A couple of other things of note on the consent agenda. So those, again, a reminder, those are items that the city council needs to vote on to approve, such as contracts or things like that. Some just kind of more routine things. City council meeting minutes, so records of previous meetings. There was a long list of things on the consent agenda. We won't read all of them, but there was one thing that was exciting, the construction contract for Juniper Canyon's next phase. So I believe this is phase 3 now. New trailhead coming and another stretch of
it's amazing trails. Like how many just new trail types of things are happening. We have the White Hollow that we talked about already. But it's amazing. Like it's happening almost all the time. And the exciting thing about it is I think it's going to continue. We have a great partnership with Salt Lake County, and we're really good about having a project shovel ready when those funds are available. And this is really, really exciting for the outdoor recreational opportunities that we have here in Herriman.
And that'll be a second trailhead of Juniper Canyon, another 1.5 miles plus of new paved trails in addition to what's already there. And like you said, thanks to the county for their partnership and funding. That's exciting.
It is super exciting.
And one other item, we'll come back to some construction updates here in a second, but one other item from the city council meeting was kind of tying a bow on a discussion that's been ongoing for a few months. That's related to a trail in the Rose Creek Estates. I don't know if the trail itself has a name. I might be missing something, basically it connects about to 134th South, a little bit west of Rose Crest Road, in a neighborhood there. So some neighbors had months ago raised some concerns about the trail and asked the city council for help.
This is a unique situation because it is, some could refer to it as a trail to nowhere, so to speak. It doesn't serve a huge purpose with regards to connectivity and stuff like that. So it's a unique situation. And, the owners kind of brought up through a petition to address that. The city council asked for some additional information from staff, which was provided last night. Ultimately, it was decided to leave the trail as it is and redouble our efforts with regards to maintenance. We're going to look at the installation of some gates. And then we are also going to look at some ordinances with regards to fencing that will allow those residents that back that trail to have some different types of fencing to address some privacy issues that they have back there.
Yeah, and that's I don't want to say a project. For me, it's a project. It goes on the task list, but something we've been working with the community on for a while. And I know some people were disappointed in the outcome. Other people were excited for the outcome of last night, but something we've tried to engage the community with throughout much of this calendar year and get some information and recognize all the potential impacts of one action or another. And we're grateful that people engaged with us to pass the information back and forth and hopefully come to a
and for me, like solution. those are, I'm relatively new, but those are the hardest decisions to make as a council member where you are, it's a balancing act. It's, there's no right answers necessarily. You just have to take the information that you have and, apply it and with the input that we have. And we hope that we're making the right decision for the community and the residents that are, affected by the decisions that we make directly in this case.
Yeah. Moving on to a few construction updates. We did get a question last week from Andrew. We didn't end up having a podcast last week, so apologize for that. I've been really consistent lately, but I wanted to get Andrea's question answered. I did email her, so she wasn't left hanging. But Andrea asked, can we get she put it in quotes here, real. I think it's a real. Can we get a real update and communication about the closure at Mountain View Corridor intersection where Juniper Crest Road and Rail Vista Drive will connect and when these roads will be actually done. What's the holdup? Juniper Crest looks like it's been ready to be paid for at least a couple of months, and the center of Mountain View has been closed, looking untouched. Each year we're told it'll be done soon. I'm hoping that's true this year. Andrea, that is true. It's coming. We're hoping, I'll say by the end of August, that intersection will be done. Juniper Crest will at long last be paved. There's some work going on right now, right? They've been, during that closure, that I believe is now done being closed during the day. There are some stormwater pipes that were going in there. There were some utility issues that lengthened the closure. Some other utilities that had to be moved, and we were waiting for some other crews to do that. Anyway, so that was the reason for the closure, but they're still working on it. There are some nighttime closures on Mountain View right now, where it's reduced to one lane so they can overnight do some more of those crossings across Mountain View. But within a couple of weeks, I think we'll have some pavement on Juniper Crest, Vista, and not super long after that will finally be open.
It seems like these projects that are years in the making take forever. But once these projects, the time frame gets condensed, it almost seems like those last few months where things are, quickly come together in months. In construction terms, it feels like years because we know it's so close. And it's coming. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, for sure, to provide some additional connectivity, especially for our businesses that are down in that area.
Yeah,
we have some fantastic stuff going on down there.
Yeah, that'll be a great connection, and I get her frustration too. I lived right next to Juniper Crest there in the Sky Ridge community for a while, back in 2019, 2020, and we were told then, hey, it's another year or two out, development driven. That's kind of that's what we as a city thought, that it was going to be a year or two out, and then a year or two after that, it was another year or two out. So those residents have been told multiple times with the best information available, correct, that it was going to be a year or two out. So I can understand the frustration for sure, because it takes 6 minutes to drive to a spot you can throw a rock to. But yes, that will finally be open this summer.
Looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah. A few other construction updates. Rose Crest Pipeline. So this is a Jordan Valley Water Conservancy District project. Primarily, we're kind of piggybacking on that on the end of it to do a repave of Rose Crest Road between 134th and Marabella-ish, Crown Rose Drive. I can't remember exactly the top of my head, but kind of that south end of Rose Crest before it bends over to the east. So Jordan Valley is doing a massive project. They're basically adding another transmission line, a water transmission line, right there along Rose Crest Road. They've done some work already that really starts the underground work next week. The bad news is it's going to be probably until the end of next year. It's the end of 2027 until that's clear. But don't panic totally, because even though on our map it has one big orange line covering the whole project, that does not indicate that Rose Crest Road, that whole area, is going to be locked up for that long. They're going to work on it in chunks and have closures. Or maybe not even closures, but kind of lane shifts on Rose Crest Road while they do work in different areas. So right now they're prioritizing work by Blackridge Elementary, try to take advantage of the summer while there isn't as much traffic going in and out of the school. Right now the plan is, and the expectation is, that they'll be done in front of the school by the time school starts, and then they'll keep moving from there. So it'll be a bit of a headache. But
those projects are tough, but it's the infrastructure for Jordan Valley it's needed. Like all the water from Jordan Valley comes right there from that treatment plant right off of Mount View corridor, and with the growth and also redundancy is important in water systems. It was time to do that. But the good part about that is when we can work together with partners, whether it's a city, whether it's a service district, and do what needs to be done at the same time and not do it twice. That's the frustrating thing. Sometimes you see something done in the road and you're like, oh, good. And then 3 months later, they're digging in the road again. So, recognize that the pavement probably hasn't been super great in that area for a minute, but knowing that this project was coming, it made sense to just wait and do it all at the same time.
Yeah, so that'll be in fact, information for that project, even though it's primarily Jordan Valley project, is on our webpage because we recognize that most people will probably just ask us about it. So herriman.gov/construction hyphen projects, or if you just go to our homepage, there's a construction projects button up there that'll show you that one and every other major project going on. So it's construction season.
It is orange barrel season. It is.
One more, maybe two more construction updates. 6,000 West by the cemeteries had a few closures hopping around in different areas for different things. They've had some water shutoffs as they're doing some water line work there. It's a bit of a headache for the residents right there. We're doing all we can to solve issues as quickly as we can and make that as least impactful as possible.
Sometimes we just don't know exactly where it's at underground. You know, there's the expectation of it's supposed to be here, and then when you dig out, it's not there. You run into it with, the 6,000 South, run into it with Rio Vista, with some, utilities that are expected to be somewhere, and they're at different places. So you kind of have to, unfortunately, roll with the punches, so to speak.
So that's ongoing. That's still on track to be done by all under promise and say the end of this year. It'll probably be closer to fall, but you never know because just things come up in construction. And then on 134th South by the new Commons development, Commons at Herriman Town Center, that's the one with Trader Joe's and Target, as most people know it. So there's understandably been some frustration with lane closures there. The lane closures have mostly to do with concrete. They have to lay a strip of concrete and then let it sit. But because it's right next to the traffic lane, they have to close the traffic lane while the concrete cures. Because if a car hits it while it's still curing and damages it, they have to start all over. So they've been most recently working on the north side of 134th South on a new right deceleration and turn lane. So that's nearing completion for that part of it. So we think I'll say a couple weeks out, 1 to 2 weeks, that right turn lane, that right travel lane should be open. We'll let you know when it is. Understandable that it's been a big headache.
It is frustrating, yeah.
Yes, especially in afternoon rush hour.
You bet. Yeah, it is.
And it's frustrating too when we've gotten comments. We thought we would when people drive by, they don't see work going on and think, why does this need to be closed? It's the concrete or trenches or things like that. So it's almost there. It's almost done.
It'll, it's all going to be worth the pain and suffering when we can get that development, up and going. Trader Joe's here in, just a few months. It's amazing what has happened at Target in the last just, week and a half since they've started work. They are like, that project's moving at the Target. So it's exciting. So exciting to see what's going on in the Commons. Can't wait.
Yeah. So that's, hopefully enough information that everybody was waiting for now. If you have any more questions about construction projects, again, herriman.gov, click on the construction projects button. It'll take you to an interactive map. Just find the project that you're curious about, click on the orange line or orange, whatever it is, the shape there, and it'll pop up the most recent information we have. You can subscribe to updates on construction projects, city council agendas, city events, city just news in general. You'll find links there. So anyway, that's probably enough for today.
Sounds good.
I hate just constantly playing catch up here with Herrimanology, but hopefully
lots of stuff going on in the city. Check out the website. Lots of events going on. Lots of stuff happening.
Yeah, and I do want to mention fireworks. Everybody, I think, is painfully aware of the regulations for the July 4th holiday. That's passed now. We're still waiting information from the state government on what, if anything, they're going to do for Pioneer Day. We don't know yet. We haven't heard anything. So, but we'll, again, make you aware of whatever we learned from that. So, but no information as of today.
All right.
So, Councilmember Basham, thank you.
Happy to be with you.
Rest those legs up.
I'm going to go, maybe I'll head over to plunge and ice bath.
Love it. Love it. Thank you for listening and watching, and we'll catch you next time.